Hey Doc, what are we going to talk about today?
Universities and their success or lack of success in medical research for pets and people, and the university's poor leadership in projecting our country's values.
Our country's values?
Yes, we'll come back to that a little bit later, but let's first look at the university's progress in medical research. Pretty disappointing. Within their scientific conferences, white papers, and journal reports, are we really that much ahead of where we were 50 years ago in curing cancer and offering alternative successful medical treatments for life threatening organ and mental diseases? So get this, in 2020, medical research funding was 250 billion or a fourth of $1 trillion, with 165 billion from the private sector and 65 billion from us, the taxpayers. You don't believe it? Look it up. So my question is, where is accountability? In the private sector without progress, you're fired. In the academic world without progress, you're given accolades and backslapping rewards from colleagues for studies essentially projecting minimal progress in promoting human or pets' quality of life. But probably the major deficiency, though, in academic research is, in my opinion, urgency. Obviously, success doesn't happen overnight, but the lack of urgency to promote progress or to run everything as usual ain't getting it. Hey, scientist, I am tired of seeing the same deadly cancers and the miserable, debilitating organ diseases I saw 50 years ago in practice, and really nothing significantly able to help or cure them or eliminate them. And worse, we aren't even updated on research progress because academics feel as though we just aren't smart enough to grasp the technicality of their studies. Occasionally, and I mean occasionally, national and local news reporters bring us medical news that non medical people, that's right, everyday regular people can understand. What's that benefit? Well, at the dog park, tailgating a sporting event, attending a ballet, attending your kids' soccer matches, people talk to each other. Listening to their conversations just might be another element in the formula to help promote progress in strengthening our quality of life. And that brings us back to leaderships at the university for promoting our country's values. How embarrassing, as an American, to watch the folly of some of the most respected private university presidents in testimony to us, their fellow Americans, that atrocities of ruthless terrorists purposefully and proudly promoting those atrocities on video for the world to see against Jews, that some universities and their presidents can't condemn them or the deadly anti Semitism on their own campuses, virtually threatening people's lives. Unbelievable. Freedom of speech? Of course, all Americans champion freedom of speech, but not to the endangerment of fellow Americans. Well, let's see. During COVID, those same universities and presidents had no problem censoring and sometimes firing people had different views on contemporary issues. Um, what was freedom of speech then? You know, you and I may not have the university's president's talented IQ, nor their wonderful educational background. But it appears that talent and education is all wasted because of their deficiency in their moral character, a lack of common sense, and an absence of love and respect for all of humanity. Three takeaways from today's episode. Number one, with $250 billion spent on medical research in 2020 at the academic levels, and $750 billion, that's $750 billion, spent for all science research doesn't appear to be rewarding for pets or humans with a well-deserved quality of life? Who or what is at fault? Number two, we are fortunate to have individuals that are bright and talented heading our major private universities. But unfortunately, some of those presidents lack the moral character and common sense approach that defines morality. Although they are immensely intelligent, their actions and statements to Americans are embarrassing and should be rethought and restated to America and Jews respecting the integrity of all in the United States. Number three, the linear accelerator on Michigan State University's campus making rare isotopes, AI, and quantum computers that solve problems in seconds that take contemporary computers millions of years to solve are just a few magnificent achievements that we as people have done and can do to promote quality of life. Isn't it interesting that those three great achievements have nothing to do with pharmaceutical development? Just to remind you, you can follow us on social media on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Ask any question in our comments section, and we may use it for our next episode.